A Gingerdead Man 3 Saturday Night Cleaver. What exactly is this movie about? Well, we got a killer cookie in jail. He escapes prison, ends up going through this one door where these two scientists are creating a time machine. He kills them. He goes through the time machine. He actually ends up in 1976, and he can't get himself back. This is where our location, and this is where the killing spree will go. Okay, before I get into it, just like the first two, this will be a spoiler-free. Okay, so what is it that I really do like about this? I do actually have some likes, unlike part two. I like the main character, Sherry. I thought she was really awesome. I don't say this that much about too many characters, but I did like her arc in this here. I liked when she started off as a shy person and the way that she has to end up in Act 3. Another character that it took me a while to really like this character. I cannot think of her name. That I didn't care for her for like maybe the first 30 minutes of this movie. And then finally it just seemed like that just something hit me, like I said, around the halfway point of this here that I was like, I like her. I think she's really cool. It took me a while, but I started actually kind of enjoying who she was. The Gingerdead Man. I'm happy that he's back. A lot better in this one. I do have some negatives on that there, but I was very happy to see him and his killing spree. I think he had some very unique, ideas for deaths and all that for some of these people and all that. It wasn't just him kind of stabbing people like it was like in the first two. Well, the first one had some interesting things too, but the second was more just Chucky style, just stab, stab, stab. This one I liked some of his ideas, maybe not all of them, but they were pretty good. The final thing I'm going to say is I actually enjoyed the story. I think it's more I enjoyed the pacing. There were some slow parts in here, but not as bad as part two. So now on to the dislikes. Pretty much everything else. I didn't care for Sherry's aunt. I didn't like her at all. She was just such a walking cliche. You just hated her, and she was just a total bitch to pretty much everybody, including her niece. Everybody else, I didn't really like their acting that much. I mean, they were all just characters that were pretty much there to die, and if they did live, good for you. My big thing with the Gingerdead Man was that he's CGI. Now, in the first one, it looked like it was definitely a puppet all the way, even a little bit with the second one, but this one you could tell there's a lot of CGI, and of course he does have a lot more movement in his face and all that with his eyes and mouth. And also another thing I should mention about that was when they would do deaths, there was a lot of CGI on them too. I thought they were cool deaths, but you look at them and with the aftermath and all that, or during what's going on, I'm like, yeah, this is all CGI. I will go back to the positive and give one cool death that happens with a nail gun. I won't say anything else other than that was pretty cool. The final thing I'm going to go with again, spoiler free, but I just didn't like the way that it ended. I thought, oh God, let's just do this to our own audience here. Full Moon, I thought you'd be maybe one of the few companies out there that would not do something like that. So I just was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So very disappointed with it here. Now, overall, I still had a blast watching this movie. But like I said, it still has its problems. I still think that I can enjoy this one as much as the first one. So my ranking on this one, 1.5 out of 4 stars. I did enjoy some of this and thought it was pretty fun for what it was, even with the negatives and all that there. So for anybody out there who actually has seen Gingerdead Man Saturday Night Cleaver, what is your opinion about it? Give me a comment down below. So thank you guys so much, and as always, stay awesome.